Hey, this is Tim with TM Media again. I want to talk about something that's really been bothering me lately, and this is this whole very low, inexpensive design sites like Fiverr, Lance, and some of those other freelance sites. I'm not crazy about, but I'm not knocking them. But when you're designing on Fiverr and you're designing for $5 an hour, you know, or even less than that, I just think you're just asking to be. You're first of all, you're killing the industry, because I have clients, or not clients, but I've seen industries where they are using this on a regular basis, and they're screwing themselves in the long run. For instance, book covers I've seen lately on these groups on the web that are mentioning, oh, use Fiverr, it's great, and da da da. But then they go to sell their book, and and then they wonder why it's not selling, because the designers didn't have any design theory, didn't have anything to think about as far as the impact of the design, the contrast, how it stands out, the emotional response. I mean, nothing. It was a designer that made a pretty picture and threw it out there. Communications is really bad. It's, through email. There's not too much collaboration going on. I think that's the most important thing to a successful design project is collaboration. So if you're designing on Fiverr and you want to make $5 for the rest of your life an hour, keep going. I could see it as if you're looking to pick up a client to just get your name out there, if you're an intern, but if you're trying to lowball them and trying to get them in the door, and to try to up them later, or get maybe a website out of them, or start with one project and get more money out of them, chances are, if they're cheap then, they're going to be cheap later. So I don't think you're going to drive up the price at some point. That's pretty much. I just think it's a no-win situation. It's a no-win situation. It's basically almost spec work. There's a site called No Spec, and it was built. I think it still exists. It was built basically to support that designers don't do spec work, where we're not giving our free design to win a project. Otherwise, I had a client do it to me last week. I said, well, or a potential client, we're in the market, and we want to see a few designs though. I hate when that does that. Just dimmed on me. The client said, we want to see a few designs first, and we're going to look at a few designers and da 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 da. I wanted to, say, well, kiss my ass, go find yourself a designer, and that's going to do that. And there are designers out there, but they're not good. You're paying me for my ideas. You're paying me for my design, but mostly you're paying me for my ideas and concepts and what's going to make your product sell or your service sell better. So that's the attitude you should take on there. If they want free design, frankly, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to hang up the phone. And I'll educate them a little bit on what that does, but most of the times, if that's in their mindset and they want a really cheap project, I don't want them anyways, because they just don't understand the value, and that's what you want. You want a client that understands the value of what you're doing. If they don't, frankly, screw them. That's all I get to say. Have a nice day.